Hey, gang. So I'm just about to leave my lovely hotel in Oslo and head south to Halden, which is on the Swedish border. It's an amazing music town. Got to go see Halden. It's fantastic. And it has the Fredriksten Festning, which won Norway its independence in 1712. Anyway, what I want to talk about today before I leave Oslo is pitching your song. So we're really not there yet because we have many more levels and intricacies of songwriting to discuss before you're at this step. But it just popped into my head because it was something that I'd been working on lately. And I thought that maybe we could talk a little bit about pitching your songs because it can be a very frustrating process. And if you're at that point already, groovy, maybe this will help. And if you're not there yet, this will give you something to think about in the future when you have songs that are ready to pitch. Okay, first things first. How do you pitch your songs? Well, the first thing I'd like you to think about is don't pitch your songs, or don't a tough word. Likely it's not realistic, let's put it that way, to pitch your songs to artists who write their own material. I see people do this all the time, and it's cray. Like, if there's an artist out there who's successful and they write their own material, even if they co-write, sending them a finished song is probably not a high percentage play. I've just seen it for 30 years. It's not likely to happen. And you might actually alienate people and they won't take your email or pitch or call or whatever it may be in the future. So that's number one. Number two, the thing that I did, and it took me about 5 years into my career to figure this out, was make a list of artists who record other people's songs. Like, for me, it was Emmylou Harris, Bonnie Raitt, etc. You know, people who are known, Linda Ronstadt, even though she probably wasn't recording at that point. But there's plenty of artists who do cover other people's songs. They're interpreters. They're fantastic stylists. They're vocalists. And they record other people's songs. Of course, this happens in Nashville quite regularly, but make a list. Make a list of people who you know for a fact regularly cut other people's material. And then go about finding out who represents them. Management, lawyers, producers. Producers are a real good way to go. There's many times I just went to a studio where I knew a producer who worked with a certain artist, worked a lot, and whether he was with that artist or not at that particular time in the studio, I would just leave a CD for him or her and say, hey, I had some ideas for such and such. And it's even better if you've met these people. That's where networking, even if it's purely on the web or Facebook or any other social media, comes really in handy. And just leave them something up front. Boom. Getting right to the artist is tricky, although the most successful covers I've ever had were with the artist directly. So try not to waste your time pitching people that are never going to give you the time of day, and get your songs to people who need your songs, get them to the people who work with them or through mutual friends or whatever. But that's my best advice for getting every song I've ever gotten covered was through a producer or the artist directly in some fashion. If there are artists out there that co-write with people, it's the same story. Somebody who works with them, producer, mutual friend. Okay? Hope that helps. That's a start anyway.